Hi Aquarius, here is a general look at your solar chart for June 2014, and every year at this time the Sun comes into Gemini, which is a fellow air sign, and that's always good news for your sign. Until the 21st there's quite a bright, less inward, introspective vibration around that could manifest as more opportunities to be in environments that you enjoy or you can explore, and you can be associating with those who are out to have a good time, or indeed you could be one of those that are out to have a good time, and just more emphasis given to arts, entertainments, performance, also children, young people, and romance as well for some of you, and just more socializing, or feeling that you are empowered, being empowered by maybe an environment or a pursuit, or others are admiring glances coming your way for yourself, of course, but maybe for something that you can be contributing there. And then until the 24th, which is nearly the whole month, Venus is beaming a really warm, friendly light to the root of your chart. This can manifest in various ways, but it might mean that you're having a more harmonious time at home, or you're making your space, your home, more beautiful. You're embellishing your space, or you're just in a space that you really, really like. Or you can get access, at least, it can be to do with the great outdoors, Mother Nature. It can be that you have a venue that you enjoy, or it can be that you are the visitor or others are the visitor to your place. And you just really like that. You like that interaction, or you like where you're located. It can be something like that. Perhaps feeling a little bit nostalgic, but this transit can help heal old wounds from the past, anything which has been disruptive, anything which has kind of fractured things inwardly or outwardly, can start to become, more balanced and aligned now. And for some of you, there could be a new arrival. Now, until the 17th, Mercury is focusing your mind upon the practical side of life, daily duties, being useful, discussing with others about practical considerations, and paperwork, maybe more paperwork at this time. Thoughts could revolve around repairs, maintenance, the to-do list, that kind of thing, the mechanics of daily life. And also, just to mention that on the 12th we've got Venus going over Saturn, so that is not the ideal day to schedule going out and having fun or doing anything financial or important like that, because it's a little bit of a dragging energy on Venus's joie de vivre. So then you should maybe just kind of get your head down and do chores, or just tuck yourself away a little bit. And then a lovely time actually is when Venus goes over Jupiter, which is around the 16th, 17th there, 16th, 17th, 18th. That's very expansive, very, very bonhomie, very friendly, very interesting. Yes, that's a nice energy. So try to schedule to be reaching out into new things there, 16th, 17th, 18th. And Mercury as well is retrograding from the 7th, so Mercury is going right back into Gemini and will arrive there from the 17th onwards. Of course, you may or may not know that when Mercury goes retrograde, things can take a bit longer. There can be delays. You're sort of waiting for something or someone to turn up and it hasn't done yet, or somebody gets the wrong end of the stick, or it's just making things. You're having to maybe cross the I's and dot the I's and cross the T's. Because you're having to be more thorough, or maybe even having to rethink something and find another way around to do it. But from the 17th, Mercury is in a very fun, innovative sector of your solar chart, and there's likely to be more laughs along the way, more appreciation coming towards you, and you also being the one that appreciates. There's likely to be more play energy, more child energy, and the energy of pets as well. And your creative juices could be flowing here for whatever the reason. Maybe you're doing that space, you know, embellishing, making your space more to your liking, you know, maybe refreshing it in some way or whatever. And you're feeling quite creative with that, but it can be something else. You could be beating the drum on something. You could be more articulate. Others could be admiring you for your articulacy and also your knowledge on something as well, or just for you, really. And then in the last week, Venus then comes into this very spontaneous, leisure-orientated, entertainment-orientated area. And that does mean that you could have more access to the arts, performance. This is a time as well with Mercury there, and it will be, and also with the Sun there, you're feeling like you're in the mood to take a risk. You're in the mood to take a gamble. You want to speculate on something. Try not to be too wild on that one, but that can be how you feel. Particularly on what I said, the 16th, 17th, 18th. So, you know, don't do anything too over the top there. But actually, that's a really nice aspect. So you probably will come out well out of that one. But don't gamble on you know, in a way with something that you can't afford to lose, obviously. And then in this last week, this Venus position does, you know, brings this spontaneity, this fun in, makes you feel empowered. You're seeing the potential in things. Also, social get-togethers are likely, and they may revolve around leisure activities, performance, arts, and any kind of interest which is very close to your heart and which is empowering for you, Aquarius. And then from the 21st, the Sun does come into an area which has got more practical considerations. So even though Venus is in that very fun-orientated area, you're looking at the how-tos of this, the mechanics of it, and also dealing with chores there, and maybe quite enjoying all that, really. Getting to grips, though, with those sorts of things, and maybe having health issues on your mind, either for yourself or somebody else, or setting things up with health and or a better diet and exercise, or practitioners or practices and therapies and remedies and that kind of thing. And dealing with the to-do list and getting your act together, just getting things ironed out and organized better. And that would be advisable to be doing there with the Sun coming into that area. But as I said, there's going to be quite a lot of lightness and laughs along the way with Venus, where Venus is going to be. Now, Mars is in the last full month of this extraordinarily long transit in a very outgoing, expansive area of your solar chart. And at key points over this time, you've been reaching for new horizons. It's been in there since last December, towards the end of last year, November, December. And this is the right moment for you to be launching into territories which are out of your comfort zone or unfamiliar, or mental territories, intellectual territories, new horizons, broadening your experience. And this is the right moment for that. And learning, being on a huge learning curve, grasping certain things you didn't know before, and really the rose-tinted spectacles coming off and you seeing things, warts and all, you know, and no more head in the clouds about them. And you are encouraged to push the envelope of daily life stretching yourself mentally and physically. And you Aquarians born in the end of the first or the second decade of Aquarius, with 8 to 17 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. And then we do have the tail end, excuse me, of Mars in aspect to Uranus, your ruling planet, and Pluto. So be calm, keep your feet on the ground. You will be getting the overview, which is going to help you to put things in perspective, keep things in proportion. I mean, that would be the advice, but you could feel a bit stressed at times and sort of tired and wired as well. So this would be the time to deliberately go in for relaxing practices and like meditation or listening to calming music, that sort of thing. But definitely this is the time to be adventurous, but everything, you know, in its place. You know, don't want to be slightly anxious, which is what this can be doing. And definitely being more adventurous, exploring, stepping out of your comfort zone and burning off some of that inner tension. Maybe you're going out to places, or maybe places through people are coming to you. That's a way this can be working. Saturn is at the top of your solar chart until the very, very close to the end of the year, Christmas Eve. And so in slow stages, this is helping you to redefine your place in the world, your role in the world, and your general life direction. But there are blocks and obstacles on the way, maybe through authority figures that you don't get on with very well, or are dragging their feet, or are boring, or uninteresting, or parents who you feel like are pulling you down, or you can feel like you are working very hard, treading water. It can feel like that because Saturn tends to slow things down. But this is also known as the time of the harvest in your life, and so you will be harvesting what you have sown in earlier years, and that will be for good or ill in the general direction of your life, but also in your career area. And you could be picking up the threads of something that maybe you were good at but couldn't pursue earlier on in your life, but just furthering what you're already doing in your life, but required to work harder at cultivating those in positions of power, those in a position to help you rise up the levels as this new structure and this new sense of who you are in the world gradually takes shape. But if you are old enough, look back at either 29 years or 14 years to see where you were then and what happened next. And the sort of the context will change, but the core of it will be the same. And you'll be looking at it down through the telescope of time, of course, and it won't quite seem the same now. But it can be quite an eye-opener anyway. And you Aquarians born near the beginning of the last decade, or with that is 16 to 17 degrees rising, you're going to feel the energy of this the most this month. Jupiter is in your area of work and health, and putting new skills, strings on your bow, definitely new skills under your belt. This would be a very smart thing to be doing now, no matter how settled you are and happy you are with what you're doing already. Learning new stuff would be, even new technology, getting your head around new equipment, that kind of thing. And others will start to admire you and respect you more for what you can contribute in very practical ways. So that might be through your skill set, or it might simply be because you are naturally inclined to be quite good at this or that or the other thing, and that to them will be a huge value to them, because you are assisting them on these basic levels, and that is not to be that is not to be sniffed at. You know, that is a real useful way to be in this world. And also another way this can work, if it's not so much like that, is that you are really developing your lifestyle to underpin and support very, very good health, you know, good exercise, good remedies, good chance to experience health routines and learn more about that side of life, either for yourself or for others, and become more savvy there, because Jupiter is the learning through doing planet, and this is your area of health and work. So it's learning through doing through either of those two areas there. And when you come out of the transit, which will be finishing in July, and then it will be going into a very interesting area for you, but that's late July, and we'll get to that later. All areas have got their different characteristics and their different value. So employees or colleagues will tend to be more approving or appreciative of your abilities and your contributions. The new Aquarians born 19 to 27 degrees rising, or in the, well, it's really basically the third decanate of Aquarius birthdays, you're going to be feeling the energy the most this month. And that's it for June. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those. And also, this is all written up on my website, the bits that I didn't kind of occur to me as I was going along. The most of it is written up on my website. And I'll see you again next time.